waiting for my turn. At each and every stop, I became a better man. Hence, I'm so Hey yo, we are back again. This is Turn On, Turn Off. Who is it tonight? 2 minutes of your time. I'm your host, Talent, aka Mr. Smooth Operator. We're out here at Africa Doomy Productions. As you guys can see, the boy is looking clean, is looking nice. A-swang, A-swang. And as you guys can see, I'm not alone. We have a very lovely guest. She's always operating. She's a model. We have the one and only WAWA in the building. Yes, ma'am. How are you feeling?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, and I'm actually so happy to have you on the show, which I know I'm not the only person that's excited to get to find out what do you get up to, because we always see, on the shoots and literally on the gram, but right now we want to get to find out more and more about you as well.
Yeah.
So before we dive deep into everything else, I would like for you to take us, about where you're from, what you do, but don't say exactly where you live, because, hey, creeps.
Well, I am originally from Northwest. I was born there, but I was mostly I was raised here in Gauteng, and then I currently live in Cape Town as well.
Okay.
So I'm like 3 provinces all at once. But then also I'm schooling here in Johannesburg, so I'm mostly here this side.
Okay. That's actually so dope. So you literally get to have a different view of different places. Like, okay, the people on this side, they're operating like this. The people on this side are operating like this. For you, what's like your favorite space, since you mentioned these 3 places as well?
Johannesburg.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities this side. There's a lot of people, like everything that you want to work on, work with, or get into, venture into. There's a lot of opportunities that you can get in Johannesburg rather than other places.
Right.
So it does really open, like it exposes you to a lot of things. So
I actually love that you even mentioning like it exposes you to a lot of things. So when we talk about what you do, you as a model and everything else, what actually inspired you to be like, okay, I really love this whole modeling thing, but right now I want to be operating it on the runway with the brand. So what actually sparked your passion for it?
So obviously in high school, right, I always realized that I'm really I have an eye for camera, and I'm very good with being in front of the camera and wearing clothes and just making it be who I am and just imposing that on the screen and so forth. And I didn't really do that professionally because obviously I had to focus on school, and my mom wouldn't necessarily like put all her energy into that. And then when I came this side to study at university, I moved into Bram, and Bram had all of these places that I could do all the things that I wanted to do. So it's more like it's a me thing, and then I just decided to capitalize on it. Yeah.
That's actually very interesting and so smart when you mentioned that, as much as, parents, well, especially black parents, when you go like, yo, I want to be operating this thing, modeling, they're like, you can't be doing all of that. So with you actually going to school but still doing the modeling, how do you even like handle the pressures of having to study? Because the exams, they here back to back. At time you're like, yo, we have the shoots here and here. So how do you actually get to balance both things?
The balancing is really difficult. I don't want to lie, because at some point you backtrack because you have a shoot and then you have classes and then you have to choose between the two, and obviously both are quite important because again, one is your passion and the other one you have to have a backup plan if this doesn't work out or anything. So it really does cut me off sometimes when I have to miss school for a shoot, or I have to miss a shoot for school and so forth. But I don't know, understanding your priorities is very important, right? So school is very much a priority for me. So I will like prioritize on school more than I do with shooting. But also I have to put myself out there if I want to make it in both fields, I guess. So
Facts, because I love the fact you mentioning putting yourself out there, because most people would think like, now if I can just take a picture at home, I'll just be cool, I don't have to be putting myself out there. But I love that you're touching on that. And as we're still talking about putting yourself out there and all of these things, I want us to play a game, right? So, but this game is called Face of Love, which I want to show you a couple of female creators, and then you have to guess, their names. Which if you get it correct, it says face card is saying tick, tick, tick. Get it incorrect, the face card is saying, it's not the one.
Okay.
So, I want to start with the first lady right here. She's an actor.
I love her so much. I think she acts on your Fast and the Furious, right?
She's also in there as well.
She's there, yes. She's my favorite actor there, favorite female actor there. I won't lie, but I don't know her name.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you, we'll say a flop, but a hot take. That's Charlize Theron. And then I'm gonna show you this one. She's literally a gospel icon.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not into South African gospel like that. I don't want to lie, but her voice is amazing. Again, I'm very terrible with names.
Nice. Okay, we'll tell you guys that's Rebecca Malobo.
Cardi B.
Hi, this is the next person.
Oh shit, she looked like Cardi B from my angle.
Yeah, by her you have to know her. She has the song "So It's About."
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna go to the last one. She's literally, you know, artist.
Yeah.
You know, you literally got how many? 1, 2. You got 2.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. 2 out of 4.
Yeah, that's
and you were
terrible.
literally like, yo, you're gonna be bad on this.
I was expecting worse. I really was.
No. You actually operated. So since you're talking about iconic things, right, and talking about the whole entertainment space in South Africa, we're gonna go on a bus. With this bus, literally has the flags. It has everything you guys can see down there on the colors, right? So before we get on the bus must have people. You can't now be on a bus alone. You wouldn't feel so awkward, right?
Yeah.
I would like for you to choose 5 creatives that you would actually want to have on your bus that also inspire you as well.
I'd say D-Star. Right, from IG, yeah, person I worked with at Brumfish, and I really like her. She inspires me. And then also Rati Supremacy. I don't know, man. There's just something about that lady that's just so captivating and so forth. Nick Rams, also, you know, I really love her story and how far she's come now as well. So she also is like one of the people that inspire me. And then Bonang. I really love her there, you know. She's I really do look up to her and everything. She does inspire me as well. And then I think lastly would be Uncle Waffles for the plot.
Yeah. Waffle, that's actually, you know, so dope with the people that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
Even if the first person is you mentioning, you collaborating with her, and she's always going crazy with the color.
Yeah, she is. She's very
you know, so since you're mentioning all of these people, they're doing so many great things, right? I want us to go on to the next stop, right? We're still on the bus. You there, with you being a model. So when it comes to you being a model, like, what's that runway or that fashion show you think about? You're like, yo, you know this one, I want to operate this fashion show, and what's the reason behind that as well?
So initially I'm not necessarily into runway like that, right? Because there's a lot of requirements with runway. They need you to be a specific fit and look a certain way, height and all of that stuff. And most of the time I don't fit those requirements. So initially my focus is on clothing brands, right? So I really love putting on people's ideas for clothing and incorporating that with my own style and then taking pictures and just you know, just making it more than what it is and more than what they initially expected it to be, right? So yeah.
I can even hear though, even like talking about it, even your expression, you're literally smiling when you're talking about that. So do you have maybe a specific brand that you like, you know, in future you want to work with as well?
This year, hopefully, you know, like this is manifestation, but hopefully it's Scotty Uzi. I've been trying, but they have their own people, you know, they want you to have like a certain number of followings and I'm still on a cake, you know, so because they need you to have influence in order for them to get you, because they don't want somebody that is just a face and then when they put them out there, no one knows who they are. So influence is a lot of things now. It's very important and I'm kind of working on that so that I can be able to access more than just what I'm doing currently. Yeah.
And as you even like mentioning that, I love that you even like aiming so high, as you mentioning that you literally, as much as they want this, but you're gonna make sure that they're gonna pick you, you're gonna fit those requirements, you know, so they must literally do the right thing and choose you. So as you're talking about the requirements and the whole modeling space, right? With you working with brands, how important do you feel like it is for you as a model to collab with brands, as opposed to saying, no, me, I'll just maybe buy my clothes here and here and here and here and just, you know, see what I'll do? Or working with like another brand? Is it that important to have brand collaborations?
Yeah, it's very important, especially depending on what you initially want to do. If you just want to be a fashion guru, then you can do things yourself, because then you're just the person, like you're, I guess,
Okay.
can't find the word, but everything is about you on your page, right? But if you want to work with other brands, if you want like Mr. Price to like text you and everything, they need to see that you're able to work with other people. You're able to hold yourself a certain way that aligns with what they initially want to put out in the world. So yeah, it's very important.
That's very beautiful, and I hope people are listening, because some people are like, me, I don't need the brands. Me, I'm okay alone.
You can't have that mentality, unfortunately.
Yeah. Facts. As we still on that subject with everything else, I want us to go. We're still on the bus, right? On this bus, it's vibey. There's people at the back seats. There's always those people at the back seat. So now these people at the back seat, they're literally making a noise and having all of this fun, right? So I want to ask you, with you actually working with all of these different brands, what's been like one of your favorite memories? You go like, you know what? When I was actually working with these people, I really, really, really had such a great time.
I'd say certified members. That was one of my best shoots ever. Like everything was just catered for: makeup, food, the venue and everything, transport and so forth, right? And then also like there was a fun moment afterwards, like, nah, guys, we're going to celebrate this amazing shoot and so forth. And also Bram Fashion was the most amazing experience I've ever had. So yeah. Hope I answered your question.
Nah, you definitely did, because you even actually mentioned two actually brands, and even with Brown Fashion, because I know that was like so crazy.
It was massive.
I want to ask you, when actually like having to get ready and everything, the pressure, because now everyone is watching.
Yo, I won't lie, hey, because everything, because obviously like the preparations, like the rehearsals were like on point, like, okay, you guys are going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that and all of that stuff. And then on the day, there are just certain things that just come up and you need to improvise, and everyone's under pressure, including the models, because you get there, you get down, you model, you come back, you have to run up, change, and then so it's like there's a lot of pressure that comes. So if a person like gets like really frustrated a lot, I wouldn't recommend it for you. I think you need to channel your energy in order to understand that in such spaces you can't be too stressed about everything.
Facts, and I actually like when you're saying with like improvising, because when it comes to this whole entertainment space, people would think that, okay, things are always set like straight like
it's
this.
all programmed.
Exactly, as you were mentioning, sometimes you have to improvise, because next thing, when you guys also doing the fashion week, there was literally people sitting around, right? If someone just literally walks past,
they put their leg there, exactly. And then, your shoe, your brakes or whatever, you need to be ready for all of it.
Exactly. So as we still on that, but I want to also talk about with you, studying and everything else, which we've been talking about the modeling, but with you studying, what other fields are you interested in? You go like, okay, this space is not a space that I really thought about too much, but I actually would like to see myself also dwelling into those type of things as well.
I'd say marketing. Right. Marketing, and also hosts, right? So speaking, just asking people questions and inquiring about other people's lives and their talents and so forth, skills. I really do love hearing what other people have going on in their lives and stuff like that, and also like putting them out there to the public so that everybody's able to like notice them and so forth.
Facts. I actually like when you've been saying that, which you wanna go on to the next segment, right? Turn on, turn off. You wanna touch on the nits and gritties, we're gonna talk about all the sauce. But before we go too much into many of the nits and gritties, I wanna ask you, as a model, since you've been in the space and experiencing all of these things, what are some of the things that you would actually like to see for other models when they go into this space? You're like, okay, that situation, yes, I experienced something like this, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone else as well.
Okay, for being a female in the industry, a lot of people think it's easy because if you have a pretty face, everything's gonna work out for you. And unfortunately, that's not, because at the end of the day, we work a lot with men, right? We work a lot with men, and men are very different species, right? So as a female, like, I suggest that you don't necessarily allow each and everything to happen to you. So if a guy, says, listen, I have this and this going on, would you be able to come through? And you can tell by their tone or the way they're speaking to you, it's like there's more to it. Trust your instinct, stay home, just decide, let it not be for you. So
And I like you touching on that because, out here, a lot of people are doing some funky stuff, and then we get to hear from it on the internet. So when you're touching on that, I hope also people like pay attention to that because it's something that is actually really happening. So as we've been talking right now about the things happening in the industry, right? I just want us to talk about lightweight things, the nits and gritties, talking about relationships, right? With you being someone that's operating, doing a thing. When it comes to you looking for a partner, what are the turn ons you look for? Like, okay, if my partner has this and this and this, it's tick, 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 tick.
um I don't think I have an answer for that. Like for me, relationships are not necessarily a priority for me. Like yeah, partner relationships, not friendships and all of that stuff. Men, guys,
but you never know. Maybe in
men
future,
are problems.
maybe in future,
they could have all those qualities. There's always
yeah.
issues involved in everything.
Yeah.
So with me, it's like as long as we have a connection, and none of what I do intimidates you to the point where you start projecting your insecurities onto me, then yeah.
Yeah, because you're even talking about that, because a lot of times you'll date someone and then they'll be like, yo, she was always doing all of these things and meeting all of these people, and then next like, why are you here at this time? Why are you with so and so? You're like, whoa, I wasn't even thinking of that.
It's not even like that. Like I enjoy what I do. That's the thing. It's like I really do thrive in that space, right? So I don't want somebody dimming my light, making me feel, because obviously I have to be considerate and think about the other person, because I wouldn't put myself in a space that makes the other person feel like I'm not valuing them or anything. But also I wouldn't expect them to just, like, no, you're not going there.
That's too much. Yeah. Exactly. That's too much, right? So this is gonna be the last question about relationships. Trust me, it's not hectic. So as you're talking about like partners and everything else, let's say you and your partner are there, okay, you guys have this crazy ass fight. You're like, yo, I'm never talking to this person ever again. And then they go like, okay, they want to take you out somewhere. What's like that one place if someone had to take, can be anywhere in the world. You're like, okay, I'll maybe forgive them if, they take me, can be to Paris, can be to Rome, anywhere.
Oh, that far. I wasn't even thinking that far.
So I'm like, anyway.
I wasn't even thinking that far. But okay, I'm still not gonna think that far. But anyway, that has adventure like involved in it. So you ice skating, your go-karting, your bungee jumping, just anything that just brings out my adrenaline, that I get to escape my mind for a second, because restaurants are just irritating. Like we're looking at each other,
exactly.
So yeah, just anything where my mind is just out of place and I'm just focused on whatever's happening in that moment, then yeah.
Yeah, when you even like mentioning, mentality and everything else, because you're mentioning being outside, because when it comes to you being outside, that means you are definitely someone that, mental wise, you always like thinking about a lot of things. How important do you think it is for like, especially a female as well, to be so mentally strong in this whole industry that we're in?
Oh, it is so important. It is so important, because if you're not mentally strong, a lot of shit can happen to you unknowingly or knowing. My bad for swearing.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, if you're not mentally strong, you're not emotionally intelligent, and you're not able to stand your ground, especially when it's necessary for you to do that, then a lot of bad things can just happen to you unknowingly or knowingly, and it puts you at a disadvantage, because then now you start looking at yourself in different ways. You start seeing yourself in a different light, and then also that energy gets projected to people around you and your environment and so forth, and then everything's just goes downhill.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah.
Yeah, and that can literally cause so many problems and commotion, as you're saying, right? But that actually brings us to almost the end of the show, which I want, before you actually close up and everything, for you to leave us with a few words like of inspiration for someone that wants to start working with brands. Because I know, because there's some people that always go, they're like, yo, I want to start working with brands, but it's really hard to just even wake up and decide that, yo, I want to start working with this brand. So what words would you have for someone that's actually trying to be out there and start out?
I'd say just do it. Like start. Hey, if you think about it, you're not gonna do it. You procrastinate a lot. So send that email, even if you believe they're not going to text you back or anything, but send that email, send that DM, text that person. They call you out, they're saying, listen, we're having this, there's auditions, go to those auditions. If it's well within your reach, you have the transport money for it, it's at a place that you know for a fact, because don't just go to Maraba start because they said there's auditions there. But yeah, get all the information that you need, make sure that you have the means to go and come back, and just do it, man. Yeah.
That's very so important because just like Nike, just do it because that's literally so
Yeah.
hard, right? But before we even close off and everything, I want to say thank you so much for coming to
Thank you.
blessing us with your presence, and operating with the knowledge way as well. Because definitely a lot of people are always afraid to start things,
Yeah.
and you actually put yourself out there. Like you said, you've been going to 3 different places.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you so much, and to each and everyone else watching, thank you. I go by the name of Tatted, aka Mr. Smooth Operator. As you guys can see, I wasn't alone. We had WAWA in the building. Shout out to Africa Doomy Productions. A-Swang has us looking so nice. And subscribe and like. Waiting for my turn.